Teachers lose their jobs right and left for talking politics in the classroom. Immediately after any election, you'll see a slew of news stories about teachers being disciplined for sharing their ideologies in front of their students or shaming their students for their beliefs. This makes a lot of teachers afraid to talk politics in the classroom, but it doesn't have to be this way. There is actually a healthy way to have political discussions in front of your students, and I'm going to be talking about that here in this video. Keep in mind that these are just my beliefs. Each school district is different, and you have to learn what line to walk wherever you're working. Education scholars will tell you that it's actually good to have discussions about controversial topics in your classrooms because it teaches students how to have healthy debate and healthy discussion when not everyone agrees. Just think about social media and how you see people ranting, arguing, fighting over politics all the time. Usually the discussions end up with, well, you don't know what you're talking about, or you're dumb, or that's a stupid argument. Honestly, I think some of the reason for that is because these individuals never had the opportunity or never learned how to have healthy discussions and debate when they were in school. As teachers, we can teach students how to have healthy debate and conversation about controversial issues and difficult topics by facilitating discussions in our classrooms. Doing this can be a challenge, but I'm going to make it easy on you by giving you 3 rules to follow. Number 1, don't initiate political discussions. Unless there is a solid reason for it, you should not be the one bringing up politics in the classroom. Instead, wait for the off chance that students themselves bring up politics. It's bound to happen. You just have to be patient and wait for that opportune moment. Inevitably, there will be a time when politics comes up. You may read a story or a news article or something along those lines where students begin chatting and talking among themselves, maybe fighting and arguing a little bit, and that is when you can step in and have a discussion as a classroom. No matter what, you don't want students leaving your classroom and going to another teacher or going home and saying, Mr. So-and-so is always talking about politics or is always trying to get us to have political discussions. That is the worst case scenario. It will not look good on you, and if this gets around, well, you might find yourself in trouble. No matter what your school policies are, there is a likelihood that some student has a mobile device on them and will record you. Most of the teachers I see that lose their jobs for this are teachers who have become internet famous because they have gone viral through a viral video. Allow for political topics to come up in the classroom naturally, and then let your conversations flow from there. My second tip is to teach and require the use of accountable talk. Accountable talk involves using healthy and respectful talking patterns when you are having conversations. A lot of teachers post accountable talk sentence stems on their classroom walls or hand out accountable talk anchor charts to their students. Some of the most common accountable talk sentence stems go something like, I agree with that point. I respectfully disagree with you on this. Can you clarify what you mean by this? Will you repeat that one more time? If I'm hearing you correctly, you're saying this. You make a great point, but teaching and requiring accountable talk in your classroom will help you avoid situations where students begin name-calling, being disrespectful or hurtful when they are discussing anything. When students use these speaking patterns, you'll see that you can have meaningful and educational conversations about pretty much any topic that includes politics. So if politics ever comes up in your classroom and students want to talk about it, just make sure that they're using accountable talk. You never want to end class with someone feeling belittled or hurt because they were attacked based on their political beliefs in a conversation that happened under your watch. My third and final rule for you is to be a facilitator. Being a facilitator just means that you're the mediator or the middleman or middle woman or middle person. I guess that's how you would say it. In a perfect world, you could actually call on a student, have them be the facilitator, and take a step back and let this be a class-run conversation. But we all know that we don't live in a perfect world, and that's not always possible. For the most part, you're just listening in, asking questions, and making sure that students use accountable talk. And if you want, you can make things a little more spicy. You're gonna make sure that conversations flow smoothly. You're gonna shut down anyone who gets out of line. You're gonna encourage and empower those who are afraid to speak up. You're also going to play my favorite role, the devil's advocate. You're going to question and push back on every single person in the classroom and make sure that they fully flesh out every single one of their arguments. That means you're not taking sides. In my opinion, that's actually more fun than standing up and ranting or getting your opinion across. So remember, be the facilitator, not the perpetrator. So those are my 3 rules for having political discussions in your classrooms. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. That's all I have for you today. See you in the next one.